Okay, guys, is that going? I think so. Pretty good. It's a little cold here now, but the reason I'm doing this video with you guys here is because mainly for my coaches and for my students and for people who ask me. Okay, I'm gonna be uploading this video also to YouTube later. So whatever you've been watching this video, so make sure try to find a link. Click on the link if you want to see more videos. Okay, like us, follow us, and then subscribe. Okay, and we go from there. But the main thing here now is asking what type of martial arts or Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. I'm gonna be saying martial arts and Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, okay? But what type of martial arts or Brazilian Jiu Jitsu school you want yourself to participate, or your child to participate? Okay, so it really depends on what you have in mind and what you respect and what you think is going to be good for yourself. You can try. I would recommend to try them all. Okay, if you don't know what to expect, or maybe even if you don't try them, you evolve, you change your mind down the road in your martial arts or your jiu-jitsu career, and but always being respectful. Okay, I'll be always respectful to all of them. Okay, I will not try to lose respect here. Show anyone is part of the martial art industry or the martial art world. Okay, they are all part. So the first one that I want to say, I put it here, is the self-defense. They are mainly focused on self-defense. So maybe the jiu-jitsu self-defense part, okay? And you will be seeing in that area like a lot of people, maybe older people. You'll be seeing the people who have like jobs that they cannot get hurt. Sometimes even actors and lawyers, and these guys, in a way, not just because of the job, but they cannot get hurt. Okay, because they got to go to work and they need to make their money and provide for their families. So you see, and they are more into the self-defense techniques of jiu-jitsu. Okay, because the self-defense also, there is a link. Okay, and as you see, there are a lot of them. They have links with other types of schools, right? So it's very hard to separate. They have somehow some characteristics here and there. So the self-defense school most of the times also is close to like a lifestyle type of school, and I'm gonna cover the lifestyle later. So but I would say I would just put it here in my division. The self-defense is focused on the self-defense, not a sport aspect of the jiu-jitsu, or maybe any other martial art. Person wants to do that because he's looking for a self-defense aspect. If someone breaks into their house and stuff like that. So that would be this school just focus on that. Then we have the franchise ones, what people call McDojos, and I would say the franchise. In the industry, it would be very nice for a school owner to have multiple schools. Why not, right? But of course, people think that they can. For myself, I have 2 schools, so it's hard to administrate, and stuff that I'm learning myself. But it's keeping keeping me motivated with that, so I can learn. But when they have 14, 20, 30, schools all over, like gyms, all over, it's very hard to have the same culture, or I'm not gonna say impossible, but at least at my point of view, as of now, it would be a little hard to keep the culture, to keep the coaches in all the same path, unless your systems are very, very good. And on the martial arts aspect, they call McDojos. They said people don't know how to fight on those places. You know, sometimes because they are going too much in a way, uh, they're trying to just about the money per se, right? If I can say that, or man, too commercial, right? And then it's more like a workout thing as opposed to the real martial arts, to learn martial arts. But I put a but in there. People criticize this a lot. So the child is a black belt, but really doesn't know how to, especially in other type of martial arts, not jiu-jitsu. Right? The child is a black belt, and the child not supposed to be a black belt. They don't know how to do this. They don't know how to do that, and you know that the martial art is fake and this and that. But one thing I want to say: all the kids on those martial arts schools, even though you can call them Mac Dojo or not, they are less prone to be a thug, you know, or to be in trouble in school, and they can be very successful in other aspect of life. And I think that, many parts of the Brazilian Jiu Jitsu too, but the martial arts industry in general, they focus too much on beating up others, and let's be a champion on the mat, but outside the mat, people are not champions, you know, and that's bad. Okay, so we're using this most, I believe, the martial arts leverage you, you know, in the other areas of your life. I think that's why we are here, truly, right? But yes, we want to do a decent martial arts. We want to teach them properly how to fight. Okay, we don't want to be fake and all of this. Okay, but I understand some just a little too much in one aspect and some are a little too much in the other aspect. Okay, so but don't just see which one you want. What is your needs, and go for those schools. Okay. Now the other schools, or I can't call them schools, it's or the other level would be when people wanted to do and train off their garage, or they train off their on the park. Okay, and it's very hard, I would say, to you know, have really a dojo or something like that, unless you start off the garage and then evolve, of course, but or start off the park and then evolve. But if it's always something there, it's very hard to have some sort of progression on those places, I would say. And those meetup type of things, you know, the coach probably maybe is doing for free, or have no money to pay for. If they had money to pay for their own, to rent a place, they would do that, but they don't want to do it because the way they're taking the martial arts. So I think many times that could lead to a confusion in that. Who said the martial art instructor not supposed to earn money, you know, to make money for himself? Why only doctors, engineers, or whatever name you name it, only them can make money, others cannot. And so I think this is a misconception in there. You know, who said the martial arts must be like Mr. Miyagi, you know, the janitor, the guy who, you know, lives out of a shed, a little place, but he teaches something real good in life. You know, who said that? Why the instructor cannot be successful and help kids being more successful in that way, right? So I believe that. So garage and park, and kind of little myself at this moment a little, I want to say skeptical, but I would say I don't like much, because what makes you, you know, if you don't push yourself hard enough to rent your own place, what type of person are you? You know, if you're scared of something, how can you be a teacher who is scared of trying things? You know, or a martial art teacher? You know, I believe the martial art Teacher is the one who risks a lot, the one who is not scared, the one who is going to try to get better, better, and better, and make so the students will follow. So, and plus the other things, equipment that is hard to do on the parks and garage, and safety and cleanness, all this. But if it's all you have, you want to do some sort of martial arts and that's available in some way, you don't have much money, go for that. Well, go for it. But I wouldn't tell you that you're going to progress much. It's just a kickstart, okay? But and hopefully I'm wrong, but I don't think so. But it will be a kickstart. But it's hard, right? What main schools or where did you graduate? I graduated Harvard. Or in Jiu-Jitsu? Or where did you graduate? Oh, you name a great school. It's a great school. Where did you graduate? Oh, I had someone at the park. That's what I want you to understand. Oh, someone of his garage. And okay, if it's a part of you're starting from and then moving up to the gym, great. If not, I would tell you to consider something else eventually. But if you're happy with that, okay, and that leads to what I always say: who is the best teacher in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? Who is the best martial arts? It is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It is Muay Thai. It's or even in my fitness program, which is the best fitness program? Is going to the gym? Is the CrossFit? Is my training for warriors? The one that we have here. I would say the best one is the one that you actually go, because it's the one that made you like it and keep on going and have a lifestyle, a healthier lifestyle, so you can train and not die of a heart attack, and be more motivated, more optimistic, and have more people around you, right? So I think those are all stuff that you should consider when you're looking for a place to train. Now another one category of is the gyms. Okay, now these gyms are popping up all over, and they also having some sort of martial arts. They have kickboxing in there, but if your goal is mainly be a fighter, I don't know if that will be the case. You might evolve to a place that it's we'll train fighters, and we're gonna talk about that subject, that category too. If your goal is mainly lose weight and learn a little bit of self-defense, maybe, I don't know. I think most of the times the gyms are looking more into most of the times, I'm not saying all the times, the weight loss aspect, the get in shape aspect, and you must see the crowd around. If saw people who, they want to look good, or just a lot of kids, and kids, all they care, is look good on their clothes and everything, right? So I would say you should consider that too. Okay, so self-defense or just hitting the bags for fitness. Okay, if you're happy, that would be great. If you're not happy, and then of course look for something else. But in another part, I would say, is in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Now some gyms are having Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and although the gyms, and again, gyms, it's pretty much you rent out their space, right, for bags. You can go and hit the bags. They do have some classes, but sometimes the classes are kind of a little crowded, and you don't have too much of interaction with your coach, because your coach will be your mentor, and you have to have some sort of interaction with your coach, and some relationship, some rapport. And if you don't have that, again, if you're happy with that, go for it. But if you're not, I think you should consider looking to something else. Okay, same in the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu aspect, and they are trying to do this now, and having people, coming and do Jiu-Jitsu, and putting a coach there to teach. it's a little hard in my perspective. Again, what are you gonna say when you become a black belt, right? So you kind of I'll be a black belt, because you got to understand the gyms, they change instructors all the time, and if sometimes you change an instructor, they kind of don't like it, and eventually you're gonna follow the instructor because that instructor is from a team, okay? And then you go and get to a team and not there anymore. But because you have a membership, you still want to go and train, and then you're gonna have to be under another instructor, and that is many lines, right? So there is a line here in Jiu-Jitsu that you think half guard is good, and then there is a line in Jiu-Jitsu that says now you have to play on top. So there is a line that you have to do the berimbolo. So, but if you're in the berimbolo school and you're not happy and you start looking for others that they like to do something else, I'm 100% that you're not going to be successful, because you're in that group. The best to do is do the same thing that the group does and follow and trust, and so that's how you can progress. And then when you meet in a competition, and you go against someone and see you have your specialty. I'm not saying don't know half guard, don't know top game. You know everything, of course, especially if you get to the black belt, but you have your specialty, your type of game that many schools in Jiu-Jitsu have, right? So that's what for example, the Nova União team, they are very known for having a good half guard too, right? Gordo Jiu-Jitsu for having a good half guard, and so on, you name it, you just have to think about it, right? So with the gyms, and again, when you become a black belt, what are you going to say? I'm ABC gym black belt. It's something very important that is keeping Jiu-Jitsu in line is the lineage, okay? So you go from Maeda and who Maeda taught in Brazil, and from there, and the Gracies, the non-grace part, because that is a non-grace part in Jiu-Jitsu too. So and who they under, and then which one was your instructor, and then yourself. So you don't want to disrespect the lineage, because in Jiu-Jitsu is something that we still can go back and track it. In other martial arts we can't. Right? Just correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of them is kind of too far away. So you don't want to disrespect that. I have a black belt on this, and this, because these were my 4 training instructors that we had throughout in the gym there. So, but again, if you're happy with that, and if that makes you come every day, wake up early in the morning to go and do it, go for it. Why not? I'm going to say that. So the other category is the competition only school. And they have a bunch of teams, okay, that they have. I'm not saying that they don't have the self-defense or the lifestyle that I'm going to touch. They don't have classes there. They might have too, but their main focus is competition. Okay, so you're gonna see a bunch of young kids there training. They train hard. I'm not saying again, guys. No, that is wrong. One and another kind of took a side here, but and the kids are the only goal. They're competing, and they're not wrong. They want to compete. They want to be better. They want to win their medals. They want to make some money out of their competitions and continue on training. So this is important. So if you get to this school, most of the times you expect a very, very strong and hardcore training, and then yes, you're going to get beat up. And then if your life is a life like you can't get hurt, or you can't get too sore, you can't get too beat up because you don't have time to rest, or because of your job and stuff, then you should consider looking to something else. But if you're young and that's what you want to do, you want to compete, yes, I would tell you, look for a good team. Look for a good team. So you compete and do good, but and then they will be sure they will be mainly focused on the Jiu-Jitsu sport, okay, or any other martial arts sport. They will count points. They will be training by the rules and with the rules. So that's something to consider. So if you're in this school, but you want to, I just want to do this because my self-defense, and you don't get me wrong, it might be still strong and very powerful and very technical, but it's not the only the main thing in their schools. Okay, so if you're just looking for the self-defense part, okay. Now doing a little, in most of these schools, okay, especially the big name schools, they're very professional. You go, they're clean, and mats are nice, and got their equipment. The training system is are great because they have good coaches who have been around, coaches known in the industry, and that's something that you want to consider too for anywhere you're going. If it's a garage, if it's a gym, if it's a McDojo or a self-defense place that I said until now, any one of those places that you want to go, you want to consider what have your instructor done, or at least tried, and what is his experience, how, is not the main thing, because you gotta be a good mentor, good person, and a good motivator too, right? But you should consider that, because he can take you up to this level and then at least redirect you to something else afterwards, and you have to know that, But if he doesn't have much connections, he's not so well known in the industry, you're gonna have to find out on your own. Okay, and kind of expect to have a little break in there, fall out, okay, and might not be so nice, right? Because you kind of passed your coach, okay? So that's something to another problem that you should consider thinking, okay? Now, the other category of the competition schools are like what I call the Shark Tank, and I'm sorry if some schools they name the Shark Tank, but I would say it's a place that you go there, you're gonna get beat up. The training methods are not the greatest. They focus competition style, but the most of people don't compete. They are just like truly a bunch of meatheads, They just like to beat up others, and but they truly don't compete. They train hard and wrong. Now I'm taking a little side, and you're gonna get there, you're gonna get hurt, and you're not gonna progress much. And you go there, you're gonna see a bunch of at the most 3, 4, one class only, or 2 classes a day with maybe 10 people on the mat, and less. But they all tough, not competition wise, because they don't compete. Just one on another there competes. And but that's kind of a little contradictory. They train competition style, they train rough, but neither the guys who compete, they don't train that. I mean, they train rough, but they train smart, right? So maybe they drill a lot. They don't sparring hard every day. They might spar every day, but not so hard. Okay, but those places just hard stuff. That is science behind training, and these people they ignore it. So that's the ghetto part of the competition school category. Okay, so we should consider which one are you, and where you want to get, and if you're happy. Okay, and the last one category, I'm not going to say this is the best, but in a way I found out myself, because I came from a competition school, such in judo and Brazilian Jiu Jitsu that I've done. Both were competition oriented, but in a competition oriented, when you cannot compete anymore, you kind of to the side. And what happened if you still like the sport? And maybe you cannot train that hard anymore. Not because the training is wrong. I'm not talking to the Shark Tank. It's just because the training is too intense, and because you have to train every day. What happened? So then come the lifestyle school. The lifestyle school is like, you got a bunch of people, they train hard, they still train, but their main focus is they do this because they love the art. They love Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. They love the martial arts. Okay? I wouldn't say most of them. I would say lots of them still compete here and there. They go in the masters competition because they also like the competition and the challenge. Okay? But they are doing most because of the martial arts. They want to learn the martial arts too. They want to understand. They want to know about the history. They want to know all the people. They want to know about the martial arts, which is close to, like in the case if you do Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, you want to know a little bit of Judo too, and what Judo did to evolve and what's happening now. So they want to learn the history. They want to be part. They want to help in tournaments. They want, and you name it, they want to be part of the lifestyle. Okay, and I think this truly, for me, in my life now, my experience is one of the best part of Jiu-Jitsu, one of the best schools per se to look or, okay. So again, guys, on the lifestyle, okay, also the goal is not just to be a very strong and a guy who just beat up everyone and very disrespectful, or I'm not saying everyone is like that, but the lifestyle, it's a little, I would say a little connection of all of those. Okay, have a little bit of all of those, but the most important thing is doing the art because you like the art and you want to help the art, you want to keep the art important, you want to keep the art growing because you want to benefit other people to know. So now, back a little bit in history, okay? Been reading a bunch of books of martial arts and stuff, and some of the judo, and it's my own conclusion, right? So if you go to China, that is it's called a jacket wrestling, translated to, but that is a Chinese name for it, and it's very, very similar to judo. If you go to Uzbekistan, that is a wrestling type of wrestling with the gi on, is exactly like judo. They don't have, I don't think they have the ground part, but it's exactly like judo, and it's called kurash, Uzbek kurash. They have also in Kazakhstan another type of kurash. But why these martial arts they didn't get so popular? And my own conclusion is, and why judo is very popular, maybe not so much here in the United States, but it's popular all over the world, because the main focus of judo one day, okay, was to develop people, to make people better human beings, and that's why judo got popular. And a lot of the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu schools are going that route, and I think it's great. Okay, now judo got very popular too, but also got very competitive. So now when you compete too much, and when you cannot compete anymore, then you don't deserve to train. Wrong. How about the lifestyle? So again, in my point of view, the lifestyle will be the more important for anyone. Okay, but it all depends on what you want now. If you want to just compete, the lifestyle might not take all your needs. Okay, go to another one and evolve. Okay, but again, just focus. Go check it out, the schools that you want. Okay, that around your area, and unfortunately, if it's the only thing and you got, okay, do it or don't. But don't think every school will be the same. I think that is the most important thing of this video here now. All the schools are not the same. They have these categories that they kind of go or respect more, and you should know if that's important, which one is more important for you and for your child. Okay, thank you. I hope you like it. It's kind of long video, but I hope you really like it, and we can get some could help you guys with this. So don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube videos, or follow me here on Twitter or Periscope or whatever I have there to follow. So whenever I put the videos back again, okay, you can send me email, or do ask for a video, or I think anything else, or if you want to give me some critiques, and I will be ready. Not in your own mind, right? But if you think I coded something wrong here, I would be ready to study more and be more scientific and be more precise in everything that I say, and we go from there. Okay, thank you.